Good morning. I hit the record button early this morning. We're good. We're going to go back here and see if we can. Okay, we're good there. I might be crooked. The camera might be crooked today. I can't tell. I was in a rush to get here. I have managed to put together a show in the shortest amount of time possible, and hopefully it doesn't show. There's a play on words. Gosh. How are things? What is today? Thursday? This week has just not gone well for me, and it's not a complaint. It's just fact. I keep trying to dig out of being behind, and I keep getting further behind. It's bad. One of the things I've just learned is I've told you I have to turn my phones upside down when I do a live stream, because I'll get texts the whole time and then I'll just start reading them, and I get lost in my train of thought. And so I realized what ends up happening is when I go onto YouTube, I have to double authenticate. And so when I do that, I have to go on my phone and get on YouTube real quick. And so then I just leave the phones up. That's why it's happened all this time. So now that I remember that, I have them upside down. Some of you may be wondering who I am. And I have been very bad about this. I've been very bad about marketing my show. I've been very bad about talking about, subscribing, being a part of the chat. My name is John Schenk. I am the founder and managing broker of Deerwood Realty here in St. Louis, Missouri. And what I do is I help buyers buy homes, and I help sellers sell homes. That's what I do. That's my main job. But I've gotten into the live streaming, and I've gotten into the tech, and I'm not great at it, but I do like the live stream. I do like the chance to talk to people about things that are happening in the real estate world. And we talk about some, Google searches, see what goes on every day with Google. It's always fascinating to me. And that's what I do. So our live stream is every day at 9 a.m. Now, you may say, John, that's a stupid time for a live stream. I don't know. I don't know. What I like is I would like people to kind of come and go, if that makes any sense. Stay for a little while, go do some other things, come back, maybe put it on the background. That's what I'm looking for. I'm not looking for a massive following on my 9 a.m. live stream. I will say this. I have been disappointed by, like last night, there was a real estate live stream by a guy I've never heard of. He had 350 people watching. And then there's me. Like I get like one person or two. I don't think I've had 4 since I've started the live stream on the live stream channel at one time. So it's depressing. But every day I will go and do it at 9 a.m. You should come and hang out with me. And if you ever have any questions, put them in the chat. I'll answer them. I'm right here. I'm right here. So anyway, that's who I am, and this is what I do. So during the day, like I said, I do the real estate business. Like I'm actually doing it. I don't, this is not my, live streaming is not my primary gig. And some of you may be saying, well, thank God, because you're terrible at it. That was hurtful. Your words were hurtful, but it's okay. It's okay. I'm a big boy. I had yesterday, I just knew it wasn't going to go well when I started, but I had went to a lunch with a fellow that used to be a lender, and he hasn't been a lender now for about a year, and he is a totally different person. He's like happy, laid back, free. When he was a lender, he was always just intense, and it's nice. He retired, so it's not. It's not a bad thing, but he has been wanting to get to California. Man, the words are just not flowing this morning. He's wanting to get down to Florida. Okay. Lifelong St. Louis, and wants to get to Florida. Last 20 years of his life is like, I'm going to retire to Florida. That's where I'm going. I don't like the cold weather here in St. Louis, and I want to just get down there. And a fascinating fellow. So, what he would do first is he would Airbnb. He'd go down there for a week, sometimes during like Thanksgiving, Christmas, like holidays. Always rent a house with a pool. He likes the pool. And he likes the cage. Now, this is stuff that I don't see here. We don't have pools with cages right now. And we only have like maybe half of the year where you could really realistically go use your pool. So, at least outdoors. So I think his story is a common one. And that's why I thought we should talk about it. He's planned, for the last 10 years, like, I'm going to Florida. Okay. So he retires. He starts figuring out places he wants to go. He has 3 real estate agents down there looking at property for him. Last year, he put an offer in on a property for over, I'd say over $500,000. Didn't get it. Outbid. Put in an offer on a different property. Outbid. So he's like, okay, well, the market's ridiculous. I don't want to be house poor. So he bought a lot. $100,000 spent on a lot in Florida. So now he's in good shape. So he goes and talks to the builders. He says, hey, I want to build this house. They're like, well, we can't guarantee how much it's going to cost to build the lot. And it's going to be 12 to 18 months before we're done. Again, this man is retiring. He's done working. He doesn't want to work anymore. So it's not like he's going to get more income. So he, like, all of his life, he's trying to retire. And now he can't get a house in Florida. And you say, oh, well, that's too bad. No, I don't say feel sorry for him. That's not the point of the story. The point is, that's how screwed up the housing market is he literally can't get a house. So last week he sold his lot because he didn't want to wait 18 months and didn't want to sign a contract where he didn't have approved, didn't have construction, some sort of cost nailed down as a retiree. And so when he sold the lot, anyway, on the lot, there was this burrowing owl. And so apparently a couple times a year, you are allowed to move the burrowing owl, but not during certain parts of the year. And that was also going to contribute to the building of the house because you have to do it within the time that the owl isn't there. So anyway, he sold the lot. He's like, all right, I'm not going to be able to build anything. So he sold the lot after commissions, after costs. He came out $5,000 ahead. Okay. And so then he put an offer just this past weekend on a house near Sarasota for $510,000, all cash. That was what they were asking. He went up to probably $550 and nothing. And I feel for him. I feel like his life is like, he's got a place to go. He has a direction and he's not able to get there. And it's sad. And to me, I mean, I work with people every day and we go look at houses and it's like, we write offers and their lives are being put on hold by the fact that they can't acquire a house. And you may say, well, that's, too bad. Too bad. I'm working every day and I don't get to go buy a new house. I understand. It's hard to have empathy for others. It is. I get it. But that's how screwed up the housing market is right now for buyers. That people are literally putting their lives on hold, and not just for like weeks. I mean, some of my buyers have been around for the last 2 years. We've watched houses just go up in value over and over and over again without any sort of ceiling. So it's tough. It's tough. You say, well, it's where I'm coming from is, it's from a little different space. I'm coming from the car market. Want to get a new car for my wife, new to us, used car. Used car prices are ridiculous. They're ridiculous. Okay. Like, I don't want to buy a car at the prices that are being asked. My life is being put on hold right now because I can't get a car for my wife that I want. Very annoying. And you say, oh, forget you. Other people are sorry. But you know what? I saw this on Facebook and it was, this woman writes like, hey, stop complaining to Joe Biden because of high gas prices. You should be thankful you're not in the Ukraine worried about your life or something like that. And I'm like, this is an argument that is dumb to me. Why would you put that on Facebook? Like, what good is that? How am I supposed to have, I mean, in theory, we're supposed to have gratitude in this situation. But what you've done is you've just made it very political. So I'm a little turned off by that. I mean, obviously, it's like every day you could do the same thing. It's like, well, you're alive and someone else is dead. There you go. Be happy. Now you don't have any politics in it. See how I did that? So, lives are being put on hold. Now, I think that the people that want to buy houses that I'm working with legitimately need to buy homes. I have one couple that's probably going to get married at some point. I have one couple that is moving into that next stage in their lives where they want a certain type of home. I have another fellow who's just decided that he's going to stay in town and wants to kind of get settled. I don't know. I have another guy that moved here for work and needs a house for his family to come move with him. Every week that we don't buy a house is a week that they're not together. You say, well, they're on YouTube or not YouTube, they're on FaceTime, and so it's fine. But like, these are people that legitimately need houses. These are not the people that, are like, hey, I see a good deal here, I'm going to buy one. All good reasons. So, tough. I'm looking at my board and I don't write the people's names. I just write their initials, and I've got such a mess on the board that I really need to go back and fix this because my numbers are all off now. I know what that one is. Okay. Anyway, that's that. Went to show, like, right now, the reason why I'm falling behind is because I'm doing a lot of showings. And so that's a good thing for me and a bad thing. It's a blessing and a curse. Every time I have to do a showing, it's probably an hour or two out of my day. You say, well, that's not true. But yeah, if I have to go to like a different county to show a house, it's an hour. It's an hour just in driving. Half hour there, half hour back. Then you have to set the showing. Okay. And I only have so many hours in the day. So, showed a house yesterday. It's fascinating. Well, one of my buyers looking for a house and not real familiar with the areas, and so he picked two houses. And I've told him a couple times now. I said, look, don't worry about the pictures. Like this is not your best plan. Your best plan is to kind of pick a spot in town where you want to live, and then look at the houses there, like all of them. Some houses don't photograph well. Other houses photograph really well, and then they're terrible. And then in the case yesterday, that's exactly what it was. The house photographed beautifully, and then when you went to the house, it was a disaster. But what was funny about yesterday is he had two houses on the list. The first house was it was so stupid. It was in a terrible part of town. It was bought by a house flipper. They put all the the pretty things for pictures in the listing, and even with all that work, they were still in a $60,000 to $80,000 part of town. It was really bad. And my buyer's like, hey, can we go see this house? And I know what he's thinking in his head. He's like, this is a great value. And I said, sure, we can go. And I didn't want to go. It was not going to be pleasant. So he drove by it about an hour before I was supposed to leave. And he's like, nope, not going to do this. And I was like, thank you. But I always get kind of stuck in a spot where it's like, I don't want to restrict someone from buying. What I mean by that is I don't want to prejudge a house I mean, maybe I'm wrong on these houses, but I'm not. I'm not wrong on this one for sure. But anyway, like I try to look at it from the buyer perspective. Like if you're working with an agent and the agent says that house is terrible, no, we're not going. You're like, well, I just want to go to spite you. I want to prove you wrong. Like this, and for me as a real estate agent, this isn't the hill I want to die on. And early in my career, my colleague Jan was working with a couple from Tennessee that had moved here, and they were convinced that Jan was hiding listings from her. So as if there was a listing out there that only they would find, and Jan was, the only reason why they would find it is if they'd go to like Zillow or Realtor.com, because Jan was hiding the listings from them. They were foreign. I don't know if that had anything to do with it, but I know Jan, and Jan doesn't want to hide listings from anyone. Jan is just like me. If there's a house to show, we'll show it. If the commission payout from the seller side is crap, we'll say this is crap. We'll go show it, but you're going to be responsible for the difference. And that's how we do it. Buyers are going to be responsible and then that's how I live. And that's my health insurance is $490 a month. Okay. That comes every month, whether or not I sell a house or not. I can't tell you all the other things, all the other expenses that just show up every month. It's wonderful. It's a festival of bills every month. But when you look at your commission that you pay out, you say, well, that's too much. Nobody deserves that. Well, what do you do at your job? And do you deserve it? And I'm serious. Anyway. Oh, so showed a house, came home. I had not had a podcast done. You know, if I don't get a podcast episode done in the morning, like before 2 p.m, we're in trouble. We're in trouble because then who knows when it's going to be done. And that's certainly what happened yesterday. I got the podcast put up to YouTube around 9 o'clock. I was so tired. So all this stuff that needs to be done right now, I'm thinking about, it's running around in my head and it's driving me crazy. You say, well, John, you've got like 5 viewers, maybe 2 to 4 viewers, maybe that will ever watch this video. Why don't you just cut it and go and do your stuff? It's just not, I'm into this live stream. I want this to work out for us. I think this is a good thing to do long term. Can't prove it, but we're going to keep trying. So anyway, do you want to get into some articles on Google? What was trending on search yesterday? Well, let's see. Let me get everything in order now. Okay. This had 100,000 searches on Google. It says stimulus checks for high gas prices. This is from the New York Post. Here's how this could happen. I don't want to get any copyright violations or anything. So it says a group of Democratic lawmakers are looking to ease the burden on American motorists who are saddled with higher gas prices, but by offering another round of stimulus checks. House Reps Mike Thompson of California, John Larson of Connecticut, and Lauren Underwood of Illinois. These are 3 of the states that traditionally have the highest prices. And they do because they have a lot of taxes on their gasoline in those states. Anyway, they're sponsoring a bill that would authorize $100 million $100 monthly energy rebates for any month this year in which the national average gas price exceeded $4 per gallon. The average national gas price stood recently at $4.24 a gallon, according to the American Automobile Association. So basically, like if you have a pickup truck and you're filling up 4 times out of the year and you're over $100 a month on each fill up, this wouldn't help you very much at all. And if you drove a Tesla, okay, then you would be being again rewarded for buying an electric vehicle, but most people, I mean, not most, but many people of which couldn't afford an electric vehicle if they wanted to purchase one. It's very fascinating. says the bill would work similarly to the stimulus checks that were sent to Americans during the early stage of the coronavirus pandemic. Single people earning less than $75,000 would receive a $100 rebate, while checks for those earning up to $80,000 would be phased out. Joint filers who earn less than $150,000 would qualify for the rebate, which would be phased out at $160,000. It says Americans are feeling the impact at the pump of Vladimir Putin's illegal invasion of Ukraine. And right now, we must work together on common sense policy solutions to ease the financial burden that my constituents are feeling. Well, let me ask you this. Why was gas going up before the Russian invasion of Ukraine? Why was that happening? Probably don't want to get into the semantics of that. Why is it that it's perceived by many that the administration doesn't care about high gas prices? I'm just saying that's the perception. I don't know. It says Republicans have also proposed ways of putting money back into Americans' pockets, including a gas tax holiday. 2 GOP-run states, Maryland and Georgia, have temporarily suspended their gas tax. Well, I on the suspension of the gas tax, okay, when are they going to? I mean, like, what I was told about gas taxes is you have to have gas taxes because they go fix the streets. They're very important. And now all of a sudden, now we don't need the gas tax because gas prices are high. So then you didn't really need the gas tax in the first place, or it didn't need to be as high as it was? What's going on here? It says, I don't know if I read this line, but I'll read it again. Drivers in Georgia and Maryland were granted the much needed relief after lawmakers in those states halted the taxes last Friday. The much needed relief. I don't even know. I don't know. I mean, I'm getting hammered at the tank. I mean, I'm getting hammered when I go. And $100 isn't going to solve the problem. Give me $100 for the rest of my life, not going to solve the problem right now. Again, I show houses for a living. It's what I do. I might show 30 to 50 houses per person before they decide to buy. I do not get paid for those things. Everyone wants to talk about how realtors are millionaires. Well, drivers in the old line state, which may be Maryland, I don't know, never heard of the old line state, will temporarily save 36 cents per gallon and 37 cents on diesel after prices rose more than 40 cents in 1 week to an average of $3.85. Now, why you have a 36 cent per gallon tax on gasoline? Wow. Who thought that was a good idea? How's that helping the people? 36 cents per gallon. Per gallon. Do you know how much gasoline is used? How much money? I mean, your street should be paved with gold for that. And why aren't they? In Georgia, the gas tax was waived through May 31st, saving drivers 29 cents per gallon on gas and 32 cents per gallon on diesel. Why are we taxing diesel at a higher rate than regular fuel? What is going on? We're gonna like this. It's just bizarre. It's just bizarre. Everything is so stupid. 2 other Democratic lawmakers, Reps Ro Khanna of California and Sheldon Whitehouse of Rhode Island, have proposed a quarterly rebate to customers based on a tax levied on gas and oil companies. Yes, that's what we should do. Tax the producers of oil and gas in the United States so that they can pay a rebate to the rest of the country. That's really what we should do. That's probably not going to raise the price at the tank even more. The big oil windfall profits tax would impose a levy equal to 50% of the difference between the current price of a barrel of oil and its pre-pandemic average price between 2015 and 2019. Why did you choose those years? Why didn't you choose 1920 to 1927? A surge in energy prices that has been exacerbated by the ongoing Russian invasion of Ukraine has cost Americans more at the pump. Well, yeah. What else has been going on that's been raising prices at the pump? Definitely not energy policy in the United States, right? Big oil. Big oil. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm sure big oil, is partly to blame. But I know one person that's avoiding the blame here, and I don't exactly understand that because their policies are literally disastrous for energy independence in the United States. Anyway, a month ago, the national average was $3.54 per gallon. A month ago, I'm sorry. A year ago, Americans were paying an average of $2.88 a gallon, and they were rising then. The minute that somebody got elected, things started going up. I don't understand how that happened. Gas prices recently averaged $4.24 a gallon across the U.S. Gas prices in high tax states like New York and California have exceeded $6 a gallon in some areas. $6 a gallon for gasoline. When you ask, what can your government, what can your country, what does it do for you? It gives you the ability to tax the crap out of you and then make you pay $6 a gallon in gas. And you should say that's great. Yay, thank you, government. Thank you for doing that. I appreciate this so much. You've really made my life better. And rather than really, sit down and honestly talk about things like nuclear energy, okay? Rather than really have a conversation about green energy, like real green energy, not the BS eagle-killing windmills. Let's talk about some real energy. We won't do that. We'll make it so expensive that you can't even produce nuclear energy in the United States. Can't build a plant. California is celebrating the fact that they're taking their nuclear reactor offline. It's just stupid. It's just stupidity. It's fascinating how bad it is in the United States. Surging energy prices and rampant inflation have stoked fears of a recession. Although some have warned that stimulus checks could help stoke inflation, which is already running at 40 years high. Well, yeah, there you go. But who's doing this? How are we getting this inflation? How is this happening? Is the central bank buying treasuries? If we stop doing that, these people know what they're doing. They either know what they're doing or they're totally incompetent. Either one is not forgivable. U.S. crude was selling at more than $113 a barrel on Wednesday, while Brent crude cost $120 a barrel. Now, how am I going to put this? When I was in the mid 90s, we had to go we were going to go save Iraq. We're going to go fix that problem. And then the rallying cry was no blood for oil. So then we're like, okay, well, we'll go over there and bleed, and then we won't take the oil. So we'll really show you. What, $1 trillion or more later, countless American lives lost. Oh, and by the way, during that time, the energy was expensive. It was more than $100 a barrel. And it was during the time of Bush, the second Bush. Not great. Now, understand, I don't know that we've had a good president since Eisenhower. And I hate to be that way. But name a good president since then. You say Reagan, maybe. People hated Reagan. That's the thing I like about politics is whenever someone's dead, the only good Republican is a dead one, according to the Democrats. Whenever one of them dies, it's like, oh, he was a great lion of the Senate. Oh, that was Ted. What's his name? The guy that killed the gal, Chappaquiddick. Yeah, it's Kennedy, lion of the Senate. Yeah. It's fascinating to me though. Like John McCain. Oh, we hate John McCain. Oh, now we love John McCain. He's dead. The first Bush. Oh, that guy was terrible. Couldn't wait to get. Do you remember? Well, I do. I was alive. They had that guy go to a grocery store. Okay, he'd never been to a grocery store in his life, and they had him go to the grocery store, and he didn't know how to scan a jug of milk, a 1 gallon jug of milk. Didn't have any clue, and that image said that Bill Clinton knew. Bill Clinton now did not scan a milk crate, a gallon of milk either, but it made it look like Bush was out of touch. And again, Republicans don't even get to keep the presidency for a second term. You're not allowed, if you're a Republican, you're not allowed to win 2 terms. You're only allowed 1. That's what I've noticed in my life. It's fascinating. So anyway, Bush dies. Everyone says, oh, he was such a wonderful man. Oh, it was so great. It was so wonderful. Meanwhile, while he was alive, just shooting arrows at his back every day. So anyway, fascinating. I don't know. What do you think? Do we need stimulus checks for gas prices, or do we just need people to have a sound energy policy in the United States? Like, could that be? Could we do that? I don't know. And you can say, well, John, I disagree with you. Okay, it's America. That's, in some ways, we're still allowed to disagree on certain things. Whatever the tech oligarchs deem appropriate. I haven't gotten their memo for the list for today, so if I've gone off script again, I apologize. It would be a lot easier if we just wrote everything out that I'm not allowed to talk about, but it's weird we don't do that. I have to find out for myself after I'm canceled, which is bizarre. Anyway, New York Post. Next article, a little lighter. National Puppy Day. National Puppy Day. 200,000 searches for National Puppy Day. 100,000 searches for gas stimulus check. I don't know if that says anything or not, but anyway. National Puppy Day, top dog names, adopted breeds by state. Now, 200,000 searches on this. Now, I'd kind of like to know. Now, I don't want to play the video because I don't want it to get a copyright strike or anything like that. But if you see the picture, it's of a dog with a spider costume on, which would be funny. And I will watch the video afterwards, and it will be funny. It says, having a possum day. Love it. Love it. Anytime you can put a pun in a article, good for you. It's about to get better because March 23rd was yesterday. So I'm talking about stuff from yesterday. I had no idea. National Puppy Day was yesterday, and now I've missed it. No, that sucks. It really does. Oh, well. To celebrate, the company Top Data has revealed some doggone, again with the pun, fantastic facts you may not know. Well, great. According to the Consumer Insights Company, the team collected data from 500,000 adopted dogs, utilized Google search traffic volume, and surveyed 1,000 dog owners across the U.S. to figure out the top dog names and adopted breeds by state. This seems suspect. The company also revealed what the biggest puppy-loving states across the nation are. So I don't even know. Like, it's National Puppy Day, so we don't care about dogs that are older? It seems wrong. All right, here we go. The most popular puppy day names by state, Max. Max ranked the most popular dog name in 18 states, while Bella came in at a close second with 15 states. And let me just, I'm going to put this out there. Don't be mad at me. I did think Bella was the name of a dog. And I see a lot of kids named Bella these days. And I'm kind of like, when someone just says, hey, Bella, Bella did this or Bella did that, I don't know if they're talking about their child or if they're talking about their dog. There's not a lot of dogs named John. I don't know. The name Buddy was also a top dog contender, with the name landing in the top position in 12 states. Buddy the dog. I don't know. Let me tell you my dog name story. I adopted a dog in college. His name was Taco. I thought that was a stupid name for a dog because it wasn't like it was a Chihuahua. It was a miniature pinscher. And so, immediately I changed the name to Zeus because of the irony. Right? Hopefully you got that. It was a joke. It was always a joke, and it makes me laugh to this day. It's underneath the surface. And so about 6 months after I had acquired this dog through a shelter, I got a call from the shelter asking me how Taco was doing. And Taco had been such a stupid name for the dog that I had forgotten that it was actually named Taco at one time. And I said, who? What? I don't know anything about Taco the dog. And then they're like, you didn't get a miniature pinscher from our shelter? And I'm like, oh, yeah, he's doing fine. Taco's fine. Thanks for following up. That's my story. I don't know if it's any good or not. I'll let you decide. Interestingly, well, okay. Sadie was the most popular in 2 states, Montana and Delaware. Meanwhile, Marley was the most popular name in Hawaii. Rocky ranked highest in Rhode Island, and Murphy landed in the top spot in Vermont. Well, this is something. This is something. So in my state, I'm in Missouri. It says Buddy is the top dog name. But in Kansas, it's Max. I don't know. It seems weird to me. Like there's really only 5-ish names, and they're the top names in every state except for Murphy. And it looks like there's one here that says Benny. I can't tell. It's too hard to see. But are you kidding me? Like the whole West names their dog Bella. Like that's a lot of dogs. And then Max. But these are not names that I would name my dog. I'm just saying. I realize I'm offending all of the dog owners with the names of Bella and parents with the kid's name of Bella, Max, and Buddy. I just don't know. Okay, it says the most adopted breeds by state. It says Labradors and Chihuahuas proved to be the most popular breeds adopted, coming on top in almost every state. Now, let me put this out there. I don't know about the dog adoption situation, but if there are more, like let's just say in general, there are more Labrador retrievers just across the board in the population, wouldn't it make sense in some ways that they would be the most adopted? I don't know. However, there was one outlier in the pack. In Washington, D.C., the most popular adopted breed was the Yorkshire Terrier. Well, Washington, D.C. is not a state yet. And that explains a lot. This doesn't even make any sense. This says in California, this says Chihuahua, Pit Bull, Labrador Retriever, Mutt, and German Shepherd dog. Is there a German Shepherd shepherd? I mean, I have quibbles with this study. It says the top data also analyzed puppy adoption levels prior to and during the COVID-19 pandemic and ranked the states based on the number of people per capita who are looking to adopt a dog. According to the company, the extra time people have been spending at home during the pandemic contributed to a spike in puppy adoptions across the country. Whether it's to combat feelings of loneliness or just the result of having more time to invest in caring for a pet, Americans have been turning to puppies for comfort. Researchers found that beginning in 2022, represented a 12% increase in puppy adoption compared to the last 2 months of 2021. How long is a puppy a puppy? This is very confusing to me. Most puppy-loving states, New Hampshire, Nevada, Oregon, not Missouri. Apparently we don't love puppies. New Hampshire came in as the most puppy-loving state. Those in Mississippi showed the least interest in adopting a puppy since the onset of the pandemic. Top predicted baby names of 2022 revealed. How did we get to this? It's like the article just started going, oh God, now I've got an ad here that I'm going to get. Okay. Well, I mean, we just went from puppy names to human names. Let's do it. Let's do it. Earlier this month, names.org also revealed its prediction for top baby names this year, and there were definitely a few surprises. Most popular boy names in 2022, Liam, Noah, Oliver. I know an Oliver. Seriously. Elijah, William, James, Benjamin, Henry, Lucas, and Alexander. I know an Alexander too, I think. I do know an Alexander. And he was born like 5 years ago. So there, I don't know. Okay. Popular girl names, Olivia, Emma, Charlotte, Amelia. I know an Amelia. Sophia, Ava, Isabella, Mia. I've heard a lot of Mias. There's been a lot of Mias lately. Evelyn, that's my grandma's name. She's dead. Luna. I don't know a lot of Lunas. Can't say I know one. Luma. The name Camilla was listed just outside the top 10 and was also a rising name. Okay. Well, we got a lot out of that article. We got dog names. We got baby names. I don't know how it's related. I really don't. But let's get on to it. Boise, Idaho. Have you ever been? I have not. I'd like to go. They sell real estate just like everyone else. I thought we should look at a few listings, luxury listings in Boise. Some people say Boise. I don't. I meant Boise. It's probably wrong. I apologize to those who are offended by my actions. Here we go. 7.75 million. 5 beds, 5 baths, 6,129 square feet on a 60-acre lot. Well, that sounds like heaven. Built in 1996. It's apparently not because it's been on the market for 1,269 days. Only a 3-car garage. I'm paying $7 million. I'm getting a 3-car garage. Property details, nice. We will read them because they're not long. Nothing quite compares to this oasis of comfort lodged at the edge of an adventure on Boise's East Ridge, perched above Idaho's high desert urban capital. Is that Boise? This secluded retreat will protect, inspire, enlighten, and fulfill. Boise's central core is just moments away from this exquisite sanctuary of stone, wood, air. I don't know if you, honestly, I don't know that you can say that you got the best air, like in a house. I don't think that's this, and water. Nature built the base, ingenuity added the comforts. I don't know if they wanted that like that, but I did it. And you can add the life while soaking up this magnificent home's energy. 60-acre private preserve surrounds this unique, visionary retreat. Property history. Listed since 2015. Well, let's just go listed since 2018. It's been listed a long time. It was listed in 2017 for $1.2 million. It came back on the market in 2018 for $7 million. Likely to have been built then, right? 1996? No. Maybe it was remodeled. I don't know. 50 pictures. I don't know that I don't know that I like that view. To be honest. That's nice. It's a nice house, right? Why is it, do you think, all of you, why is it that you like this here? I've seen that, like, look, we've got this high living room, and then in the kitchen, it's low ceiling. I've never seen a high ceiling kitchen. Have you? Why do you think that is? And I thought for a minute, a fleeting thought, that, well, you couldn't get the vent fan to make any sense in the scale. It wouldn't make any sense because if it was coming from the ceiling and the ceiling was 20 feet high, that would just look stupid. The vent hood. And remember, the size of the vent hood indicates how wealthy you are in these homes. It's a status symbol. So that really is a problem. So I think that's why. But these people don't even have a vent hood. They have the one where you press the button and it comes up off the stove. So, I mean, right there, see that little thing comes up. Anyway, I mean, nobody asked me, so I might as well. This I like. I'm not such a big fan of the second sink, but I like the island with the drawers that you could possibly use to hold your pots and your pans. Okay. And I like this stove like this. It's huge. And I like this area because I can prepare food right where I'm going to cook. This is the best island for me. Now, I don't know if this is a dishwasher because there's another thing over here. I don't know if there's two dishwashers. I don't know if they're like refrigerators for beverages. I don't know. But I am saying I would love a huge island. I think that makes a lot of sense. My wife makes burrick. She could roll it out. Anyway, I like the large island. You know what? If I redo the kitchen, I'm putting in a large island. Probably bigger island than anybody has in the neighborhood, and I don't care what anybody else thinks. Yeah. I might even put my stove on the island. I might. And I might do it like that. I might do the stovetops and then the ovens, a double oven separate. But I need my refrigerator on the side walls, I think. Anyway, going into the bathroom here. Here's a blue room. Now, to me, not a complaint, but this is a 5-bedroom, 5-bath home, 6,000 square feet. These bedrooms look a little small. Now, I don't know if it's because of the furniture that's being used, but so far I haven't seen a bedroom that's of a decent size. Now, that's interesting. That's a pool. Love that. Love to see that. I mean, seriously, because I don't think the weather's always hospitable there. I don't think. I mean, I don't know if this is yours, but what else? It does seem like a desert. Oh, that is yours, I guess. I don't see the house. I guess it's over here. Oh, it's pretty interesting. Okay. Well, I'm kind of done with this listing. Let's go to another, right? 4.9 million, 4 bedrooms, 10 baths. 14,000 square feet on a 1 acre lot. Essentially, it's 0.9. Let me check the chat. I don't want to. Okay. Here we go. There's no one in the chat. Patrice Peterson, Group 1 Sotheby's. So Sotheby's has a listing. 35 days on the market, built in 1992 with a 12-car garage. I like that. 12-car garage is cool. Property details. Too many. Property history. Sold in 2017. There you go. Put on the market in 2022. And here we go. So that's cool. So you drive underneath to get in like the garage. Ooh, look at that entranceway. Look at that stairway. That's what you see when you walk in. I like it. Interesting. It almost looks like, and this is probably just an illusion, it almost looks like this could be a table. It's that big is your island. And, you know, like the windows are to show off, you know, the space. See, there's the door. I don't really like, the staircase is beautiful. Part of me wants to see a little bit more of it in the main area, but whatever. See, what I was trying to say is these windows, when you walk through, that's to like show off the space. That's interesting. I've never seen anything quite like this. I guess that's a bar in your own house. That doesn't seem comfortable here. I'm just saying. Very interesting. Well, there's the elevator. I like elevators. That makes me happy. Like a sauna. It's a huge shower. I get scared, you know, in the shower. I think you can sit there. I don't know. Who knows? This looks like a barn door. I think that's what they're called. I forgot. It's been so long. I haven't seen one in a while, but I don't know if that's like a real one. I don't know if it's going to something or not. It's nice, right? No one's arguing this house isn't nice. Is it $5 million nice? I don't know. It's interesting. There's your garage. I mean, that's a cool garage. You know, as I get older, see, like there's houses like right next to you. As I get older, I'm kind of like, I'd like a lift in my garage because I don't want to crawl underneath the car. Well, last house. What is this? $3.3 million. 6 bedrooms, 5 baths. 6,835 square feet. Has an outdoor pool. I think that's a dicey move, given I think it gets cold there. Been on the market 49 days. 3-car garage built in 2007. Property details are not what I want. Not what I want to deal with today. Property history listed in February. So good. Bought in 2020. Okay. Well, bought in 2019. Bought in 2020. Sold in 2022. 50 pictures. Here we go. That's a great entrance. And if this is the actual entrance, great. I mean, 6,000 square feet isn't huge, but it's a nice house. I don't like this. I don't like that. No. And this is useless island for me. I don't like that at all. It's nice. No. I'm not a fan of the copper look. Like, look, there's a elk or something. That's not an elk. I don't even know what that's called. Is it a bison? I don't know. Is it a cow? I don't know. Put it in the comment sections what it is. Put it in the chat. What is that? Anyway, this is a odd. People tell me all the time you shouldn't leave animals on the wall, but these people don't seem to care. They're fine. Kind of interesting little, I don't know what to call that. Juxtaposition is the word I was looking for. Right there. That's kind of nice. It's a nice home. Is it a $3 million home? These rooms look bigger. Now, I know we're on the wall here because I can see the cabinet, but I mean, it looks bigger. I'm not a big fan of the high gloss floors, but I'll take them. Wait a minute. I'm sorry. I mean, that's a good sized bathroom. That's a good sized bedroom. These shelves are a little odd because they're tilted, but maybe that's just the picture. That's an interesting idea. Kind of a changing area. Look at all those clothes. Oh, look at that faucet. Have you seen the shower? I didn't see the shower. It's a basement. Basement area, man cave. Theater room. I don't know if this is more stuff in the basement. Beautiful stairwell, though. I'll give them that. And then the view is wonderful. No question there. A little concerned about this. You know, what is that? What is that? A retaining wall? What are the chances it lasts? Is it a heated pool? This indicates to me that it's a heated pool. That'd be kind of awesome. That's a neat house. Okay, I quit. Let's go to some articles. Run out of time, running low. Just checking the chat to see if anybody's there. No one's there, so we don't have to worry about it. I want to get rid of this. I want to check this. My email it's attacking me while we're talking. What to know about Zillow Flex? Well, I'd like to know about Zillow Flex. Zillow Flex is what? When you're a real estate agent, you probably understand the importance of having a presence on Zillow. I don't. I hate Zillow. Zillow's lead service is called Premier Agent, and you may be wondering if that's worth the investment part as your lead generation strategy. There's also the Flex program that's a subcategory of Zillow Premier Agent. Below, we'll detail more about Zillow Premier Agent and Flex to help you decide if it's a potentially viable part of your business. It's not. What is Zillow Premier Agent? The Zillow Premier Agent's ROI is around 260% for those agents who use it effectively. However, there are caveats. Zillow Premier Agents will only get that level of ROI if they have a competitive budget, their profile is complete, and their follow-up skills are impeccable. I'm not that guy. I'm one man literally busting my hump to get money and just take care of my own clients. Each month, hundreds of millions of unique visitors use Zillow to look at homes and find real estate agents to work with. Since there are so many visitors, advertising can be a natural fit for agents who want to grow their business. Zillow Premier Agent is positioned as the solution for agents who want to grow. An agent pays for branding and exposure across the entire Zillow network of sites. Then the Zillow Premier Agents are put front and center to be contacted. If you have an active Zillow profile, you're displayed as the listing agent for the listings you claim. Premier status doesn't affect this. You're not shown if you don't claim a listing or are not active on Zillow. Premier agents appear next to every listing and they share their defined zip code and everything outside of their zip code when they have the listing. Zillow Premier Agent cost is based on the average home price and the zip code you select and the number of agents competing for their own space. Yes, it's very expensive. Zillow will charge you more if you work in an area with high average home price. So let's just say you want the area around Huntley or in Kirkwood, 63122. It's probably not a free zip code. Probably going to pay a lot of money per month. And then you get in this issue of, look, I'm one man. I can only do so much every day, and I'm not even getting that done. Now, you want me to pay a bunch of money to someone so that I have the joy of having more work. It doesn't make any sense. You say, well, you can hire agents and stuff. No, that's not really how my business works. It's not how my business works. Maybe how yours does. Say, I know a friend and they're making $1 million in real estate. Well, that's good for your friend. It's not what I want to do. I want to just have a business where I can help people buy and sell homes, okay? And we can do a good job at it. That's what I want. I don't want any of the other BS that comes along with paying for leads and all that other craziness. It says, what about Zillow Flex? What about it? Agents who don't necessarily want to pay Zillow upfront fees have another option, Flex. Zillow Flex is an alternative payment option. You can get leads up front as an agent without paying. Then when a transaction closes, you pay a referral fee. Well, how much is that referral fee? It must be like $5. Remember, we make too much in real estate. So this is good, right? We can just give them our commission and that'll make it perfect. It says, lead generation is undoubtedly expensive and not every agent has the budget to invest up front. So you might be wondering why everyone wouldn't choose checks over Zillow Premier, Flex over Zillow Premier Agent. Well, why wouldn't they? Oh, there's a catch. The catch is that you pay a percentage of your commission, which can be 35% or more. The range for participating agents is usually anywhere from 25 to 40% of the gross commission. Okay, so now if say I'm part of a franchise brokerage, I'm paying them a franchise fee on every single transaction. I'm paying them a desk fee just to have the privilege of having my license there. And now I'm paying Zillow 40% of my commission income after the brokerage gets its cut, so that I can have the joy of driving people around for what? Oh, you get more money. How do I get more money? I'm giving everyone money for my work. This doesn't make any sense. Okay. All right. Like, let's just be honest. If I show someone 30 to 40 houses, I make what somebody at McDonald's might make. And I don't want to criticize people at McDonald's. I love McDonald's. Okay. Love it. Might go there for lunch today. But the people that work at McDonald's aren't paying a bunch of money to get the leads. Okay? They're not. They're just doing their jobs, and that's totally okay in my world. That's exactly the way I like my life. People just going to work and doing their thing. So this to me is stupid. HomeLight, OpCity, and Agent Promo have similar programs, and let me just go over that. You see HomeLight ads on TV, and they're like, we'll match you up with the nicest agent in the world. You realize that that's just because those agents are paying 30% of their commission, 30% or more of their commission to get that spot. Zillow's big advantage over the competitors is the brand name and sense of trust that people have when they hear the name. That's right. People trust Zillow. Agents who watch Zillow jump into real estate brokerage and compete directly with them still trust Zillow. That's how crazy marketing is and how well it works on a mass level. People believe things about you that are clearly untrue. Zillow Flex isn't available in many markets yet, but they do appear to be rolling out the program pretty quickly to those new locations. And by the way, this is all so that they can pay for their terrible, disastrous effort in the iBuying situation when they decided to directly compete with agents. This is all about that. They've lost so much money doing that they've come up with a way to get that money back, and that is to charge agents even more. Smart. Smart for them. Dumb for agents because agents are not smart enough to figure it out. And good for Mike Del Prete, the guy that explains all this stuff. I mean put a link in the description. I might, but he writes such good stuff. I'll probably end up with another article of his at some point soon. So I guess I'll do that. I'll do it. I'll put his information in the description if you want to look. But he's on top of things. He knows what's going on. There aren't performance-based qualifications to join Flex, but you need to meet the requirements to keep your place in the program. For example, you have to work each connection. Zillow has an interest in agents closing sales when they send leads. You'll have to use the Zillow Premier Agent CRM, which the company monitors. That's what I want. That's why I got into business, so that I could have another boss. You're expected to update lead profiles weekly and maintain positive ratings. You also have to confirm each closing and pay the fee on the day of. There are certain situations where Flex makes more sense than others. For example, if you're a broker and want to add value to the agents in your brokerage, it can be a good option. You could take on half the referral cost and then have the agent cover the rest. This also helps scaling the brokerage. There are also plenty of downsides. The biggest being that Flex is one of the most expensive paid lead generation options out there. Compared to Zillow Premier Agent, Flex is significantly more expensive, although the risk is lower. Eesh. If you're in this world and you're doing this, okay, if that's living the life in the real estate world for you, I mean, why did you get into real estate in the first place? Did you really get into it with this need to pay others for marketing, like Zillow, companies that hate you and wish you would go away? Why? What's wrong with you? Next article. Avoid apathy. This was also there, and I just wanted to look at it. I thought it was an interesting article. It was still in Realty Times. I like Realty Times for some reason. I think they provide articles that I used to like RIS Beta, but they've got everything paywalled now, and I don't particularly need that. Find the data elsewhere. Avoid apathy. Decide to sell or not in 2022. Okay. It's pretty big, but let's see if we get through it. This is the last article we'll do today. If you are a property owner, you can either sell your real estate in 22 or not. That's true. As a smart real estate owner, don't let apathy and a wait and see attitude leave you with a dissatisfying if only I'd outcome. Hard to read that. It says owning real estate means you're a real estate manager who should regularly evaluate the real estate market. This involves periodically, or at least annually, making a management decision on whether to cash in your investment, sell, or hold your asset through another market, not sell, for reasons that matter to you. I don't agree with that. Firm decisions are a way to avoid the only if I second guesses down the road. Is apathy or inertia going to keep you in that property, waiting till life or someone else dictates it's time to sell? Or will your 2022 sell or not choice be based on how you value the ownership of this property and on the many personal and investment criteria you have for owning and selling? I don't have any investment criteria for owning my home. I literally want a place to live and I don't want to pay rent. That's it. Everything else is on the table. Now, I do feel like there's a sense of home. I lived in Detroit, Michigan for probably 10 years, maybe 8 years. I don't remember, but I didn't ever feel home there. Never felt at home. But my, that's just where I'm at. Maybe you've moved places and you've adopted it as your home and you like it. I don't know that you would even look, are you going to buy my my sellers right now are all buyers. That is, they have to find something to buy before they can move. Let's just go look over some of this stuff real quick. Here's, for example, how change continues in surprising ways. If your real estate needs a lot of work, is the burden of that work and your accumulated personal clutter causing apathy to set in? If your property is in sought-after location or price range, a hot market may bring you a good price even if your house is not in mint condition. This is true. When neighborhood inventory is very low and renovators are the most attractive buyers for your home, property condition may not be a significant value factor. Number two, if you want to move to a less popular and therefore cheaper area, I thought about that. And when I looked at the places I want to move, it was more expensive than what I had now. Number three, if you really want to stay and your property has development potential, explore development potential with reputable, highly recommended builders who have proven track record and who will do your development project justice. For example, the owner of a one half of an older 2-story semi-detached or duplex, as they are known, was approached by the new owner of the semi-detached unit on the other side of the common wall. The new owner or builder wanted to develop both of the two semi-detached homes at the same time. The resulting in two high-quality 3-story units representing dramatic increase in value and the standard of living for both owners. I don't know, like I live in a subdivision. If I were to do anything in the subdivision, I think they would be very mad at me because my house would look different than the other 300 homes in the neighborhood. If you've tried owning a house and you find it's too much work, well, then look, that's obvious. You need to sell the house. Longtime real estate owners can take home ownership granted and end up with the only if-I regrets. You know what? Regret is a part of life. Regret is a part of life. If you have no regrets in your life, congratulations on anything. I mean, that's hard to believe. Should you sell your house now if you want? This is the determining factor. What do you want to do? Say, I don't know what I want to do. Well, then you probably don't want to sell because you don't know. Because once you sell, you have to let go. That's what I find to be convincing when I go to a listing appointment. When the people say, I love this house, but I'm ready to move on. That's it. They're done. Then I can say, hey, you need to paint this wall because it's terrible. I won't say it that way, but I'll say, hey, you might want to think about this and this and this and this. And then they may say, look, I don't want to deal with all that. I'm just going to call Open Door. I'm going to call Zillow iBuyers or something. Well, they'll give me the most money because they don't know what they're doing. And then I'll just sell it to them and I won't use an agent. It'll be cheaper somehow. All right. Go for it. But you've already made the decision to sell. If you don't want to sell and you're living in your house and you put it on for sale, it's not good. It doesn't go well. You have to make a clean break. Because, look, you may like certain things in your house, okay? But other people may not that walk through. Check out some videos I have on staging your home for selling. I don't know, by the way. I have no idea what the podcast is going to be about today, and I'm a little nervous about it. Well, believe it or not, I have made it through the entire show, gone long today, enjoyed every moment of it, and yet I still have nobody in chat. Very depressing, but we're going to soldier on. Enjoy the afternoon, enjoy the day. I will see you tomorrow, 9 a.m.